Hey, welcome back to the shop. This is Zach over at NB Woodworks. Time for the first episode of Dunkin Junk. So I'm super excited about this new segment. What I plan to do with this is they're going to be kind of short videos. I just want to kind of set them up, explain what I'm doing this week, show some video of me doing the process, and then kind of conclude at the end and show you, did it turn out good? What were the problems and all that kind of stuff. All right, so what I'm doing for this test, I'm using a single blank mold. I just don't have enough of this stuff, so I'm just going to do it one at a time. I'm going to do two tests. I'm going to use Alumilite clear on one of them, and I'm going to use Alumilite white resin on the other one. And the reason for that is the clear is a little bit of a thicker material, and Alumilite white is thinner. So I just want to see if there's any advantage to one or the other, filling these little kind of cells. Who knows? I'm not sure yet. So, and I just want to kind of see the difference in the finish and how they hold. So just giving both of them a try. What I've done is I've cut these little strips into, or the honeycomb things, into 7/8 inch strips. It's only about 5/8 thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of wedge it. These things fit tightly into the mold. I'm going to kind of wedge it in there and try and just get the honeycomb part to the middle of the blank so that when I turn it, hopefully the whole thing, once it's turned down, will have the honeycomb structure. In the clear resin, I'm going to use glow-in-the-dark powder also. Again, I use glow-in-the-dark powder by glownation.com. Typically, glow powder, if you just add this to clear resin, when it cures, during the day with the lights on, it just looks kind of milky, yucky. There's nothing spectacular at all about it. It looks actually terrible. So I usually add dye if I'm just using a normal powder, dye the resin, and so during the day it's not as ugly. And then at night, obviously, it glows. I'm going to try something new from Glow Nation, though. They have a product called Triple Glow Powder. I've never used this before, but it has color to it, so it's not going to look as drab and yucky during the, when it's bright out. So I'm going to try that. I have no clue how that works, so we're doing all kinds of tests here. So one thing I want to mention is all these different products, the Kevlar stuff where I get it, the glow-in-the-dark powder, all of that stuff, plus dimensions and all the different stuff. I'm going to have an accompanying post on my website. There'll be a link on the screen at the end here and down in the show notes, and you can just go over to my website and get all the links and all the more information, basically. So I think that's about it on the setup. I'm just going to, basically with the camera work, I'm just going to show me, mixing and pouring, and I'm going to do it kind of quick. I'm going to speed it up, go through all the process. I'm going to show a little bit of the turning, and then at the end, I'm just going to come back and tell you what I thought about it. Did it work out? Do I like it? Would I do it again? All that kind of stuff. So I guess let's cast some honeycomb. Well, all right, after testing this stuff out, I think it's definitely worthy of further investigation. I got a couple pens turned, and, granted, I've only made 2 blanks and turned 2 pens with this stuff. But I think that it's worth me buying a sheet of this stuff and testing a little bit more. Overall, it turned pretty well. One thing I noticed is I had a couple of gaps, air bubble type things, in the casting on the Alumilite white. And I have a feeling that that might have had more to do with my technique than the difference in resin. One thing it felt like when I was turning is that the clear seemed to have a better bond with the resin. I don't know. That's a feeling thing. It's not scientific in any manner. But I think clear is maybe going to be a better way to go with it. But we'll see. You know, I need to do a little bit more testing. Now, as far as the glow powder goes, I'm not 100% certain that I would recommend getting this colored stuff, the triple glow. I think that you can get pretty much the same result by just adding some dye to the resin first. But it looks okay. It's not bad. And the other thing is I did test this out quickly, and I think, again, I didn't put two things next to each other, but I think that normal powder is a little bit brighter. But this stuff is pretty bright. It's not bad or anything like that, but I'm not sure that it's really worth buying two different things when you can just dye whatever and get green or aqua blue or whatever in their normal powder. Now, the thing that I did find turning this stuff, and I had forgotten about this, glow-in-the-dark powder blanks are extremely abrasive and tough. Now, it wasn't brittle or anything like that, but I couldn't use, I'm using Thompson lathe tools. That's the brand that I like, and they have really good steel. I couldn't take one pass without having to go and retouch up the blade. I mean, it just ate it for breakfast, basically. I had to switch to carbide, and I would recommend if you're turning glow-in-the-dark blanks, put your normal chisels away and go grab carbide. It's the only way to do it. But it turned just fine. Everything was good. I didn't have any chip out, or I didn't have any problems at all with the clear. It worked really well. So overall, it needs more testing, but I had fun doing this. I guess, let's see. The one thing is I'm going to have an accompanying post where I share, you know, where I got this honeycomb stuff and anything else that I use the glow powder. All the links and more information are going to be there on my website. I'm trying to thin out, you know, doing double duty basically. I'm going to post and put all my effort into my website post where I can put pictures and more information there. And I'm just going to put kind of a simple thing on YouTube from now on. But there'll be a link to get over to my website so you can find out where all this stuff is. But yeah, it was really fun. Now, one thing that I also wanted to try, you know, I only got black and whitish kind of colors in this one and then this kind of blue. I need to do a lot more testing with colors. I'm not necessarily wowed by either of these. I think this black and white thing is going to be very difficult to recreate because it's sporadically white and black. You know, I'm going to have to kind of play with colors to see which ones really pop and which ones are worth making and selling. But I think it's going to be fun messing with this stuff. It'll be cool. And the other thing is, you know, pens are one thing. You can make all kinds of blanks. I see a lot of knives with these types of honeycomb things, knife scale blanks, all kinds of stuff, probably the pistol grips. So lots more to play with on these things, and I'll probably, you know, down the road, I'll probably have some for sale. So I guess if you have any comments or questions, you can leave those down below. You can email me at zach@nvwoodworks.com. I'm out there on Facebook and Twitter, soon to be on Instagram. I just need to set that account up. And yeah, so again, head over to my website to check out all the links to all this stuff if you want to, you know, try this stuff out. And anything else, any of the tools or anything that I used. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this first edition of Dunkin Junk. I'm sure that I'll kind of refine these Dunkin Junk videos a little bit. I really want them to be short, so I'm probably talking a lot, way too much right now. But stay tuned, and I'll have some more pictures of, you know, this stuff glowing in the dark and the final kind of high quality photos of the pens so you can kind of get some kind of close-up shots of how these things turned out. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.